to winners finals here at Fusion 104, and neither one of these characters deviating from their main Zubul. It's going to be a R.O.B versus Wolf Classic.
It's what we come to expect at Fusion. Hasn't been here for a little bit. I mean, we had that little hiatus. It didn't happen for 101 through now, but when they're both in attendance, the magnetic force between the two finds a way to give us Jakal against Zomba. Will it stay? Who knows? That's for the losers bracket to find out, as one of these two will be put there after the end of this best of 3. And it's starting off just the same how it usually does, dead even.
So this is a battle as old as time. It's an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. Nobody plays as defensive with Wolf as Jakal does. And Jakal does it very well suited to their playstyle. But then again, you have Zomba, young, scrappy, is trying to prove themselves at all given moments, and again, will dash in constantly, will try to get those hits, and plays advantage state incredibly well with R.O.B. And again, it's a matchup as old as time. You can see the history between these two, as Zomba has his opponent pop out of the confirm.
You can see the history in that.
What a play there by Jakal.
In the hilarity of it all, Zomba finds most of the things don't work, all of the multi-hits popping out, they don't work the most against Jakal for some reason. The storyline always finds a way to prolong stocks and prolong games between these two, as Jakal weaves in with the roll behind in order to find a pivot grab. The 166 to 149, these two are both looking for a call out to close out the stock. Both characters having plenty of kill power, but not from center stage, as Pokemon Stadium 2 really comes into the favor for the large robot.
Yeah, we saw Zomba a second ago planking, trying to get a cheesy up air, but to no avail. And Jakal generally likes to look for falling up airs more than any other Wolf I've seen either. They landed a good percentage of the time, and at this percentage definitely will kill. A nice high recovery, going to be converted into a ledge grab with that up B. Really well played. And we do have the gyro in hand. Dash attack will not kill. Zomba sharking underneath, trying to get something. Pivot boost F2 will not be the option, and that is going to be a down throw to take the stock off the corner. At that percent, you really can't live too much there, Ubel.
Yeah, and it's the only throw in that direction that has knockback growth, but these long kind of games, as a Zomba matches stock for stock with a throw into up smash of his own, they're the games that favor Jakal usually. These long, drawn-out slugfests allow Jakal to accumulate so much data and to exercise their patience and defensive play so much more. But they can be so... They can quickly transition into games that favor Zomba, because Zomba's innate explosiveness can really shine through with the more interactions that these two play. It's such a devilish dynamic.
But then again, making some deals with the devil themselves. Zomba spinning that top all over Jakal, getting those roll reads, and doing a good job of keeping themselves in this thing. Getting all those tramples, getting all that damage, but there is that high uppy yet again, and this time it's actually going to be connecting with Zomba, clearing the way for Jakal to get back on, and a nice read off of that jump, but good DI on top of everything for Jakal to live that, and there's that uppy yet again. If it sent the other way, that was a dead R.O.B.
Oh, but the runoff fair might have been the dead wolf.
Oh, God, no!
Yeah, trying to be a little too cute. You line up the wolf flash, and you will get stung. As Jakal does in fact mash out. I don't believe the reflector actually connected on anything. He just was able to pop in and get away from the up smash. As 150, Jakal can start to play their game plan to the best of their ability and start to snipe out some of these jumps and landings, using the laser to gain yet more space. 160 now. And these high, I mean, you call them out every time. These high upbeats have been so effective at getting back to ledge. And if Jakal gets back to ledge, he almost always has been getting back on stage.
Yeah, and this is really important for Jakal, or actually for, actually it is important for Jakal at this rate, because now Zomba might think twice about challenging Jakal off stage. And that, when you're playing Wolf, a character with a pretty linear set of recoveries, that is huge. Because, the second stock was taken with a Wolf Flash, and, now every time Jakal recovers high, which ordinarily should be bad, Zomba still gets punished for it. So that's going to give Jakal a lot of much-needed room later on in the set.
Both these two looking for empty hops, analyzing their win condition as Zomba going for a lot more of these later hit of nairs as the nair. Speaking of nair into Wolf Flash, Zomba was looking for a nair into side B, and Jakal got it first. As the weak hit nair Wolf Flash does take the stock, as Jakal showing his own sense of a combo state in the latter half of that game one, able to poke through able to get through some of his own stronger extensions that Wolf is known for. And you see the practice get put in for Jakal as we move on to game two, and what can very well be a game 3 set.
Yeah, Zomba was side-eyeing the hell out of the camera a second ago. They weren't quite happy about that one. And Zomba, you know, might be looking to play a little bit more red hot than usual. They were jumping a lot out of a lot of up air combos from Jakal. I quite like it, to be honest with you, because, you know, Wolf really can't chase Rob up there. But then again, the landing becomes that much harder as a result. But then again, ignore what I'm saying, because Zomba starting to make the pressure mount on Jakal's face right now. Trying to catch him off stage, doing a good job of limiting how much room they have, and also getting out of dodge whenever they come running.
Yeah, Zomba doing a lot better of timing some spot dodges in order to find punishes where he couldn't before, but that, speaking of punish, that huge back air on a neutral air dodge from Zomba evens up the game and even brings it into Jakal's favor. Though the get-up attack does get them out of that dangerous situation.
Yeah, it also kicked the gyro off stage too. Not only did it hit Zomba, but it also prevented them from pulling another gyro for a little bit longer. As you saw, Zomba try to do it just a second ago. So, you know, Jakal playing a little bit fourth dimensionally in their disadvantage options.
The back throw won't do it from center stage, looking for perhaps a dash attack, but Zomba scouts it out first and Jakal doesn't pull the trigger. 164 as we sit in the corner on the other side now. Will Jakal be able to close it out before Zomba scraps their way? No, they don't. As we're getting a little bit of deja vu with both these players reach very extreme percents, surviving just about everything they can until they can no longer.
Yeah, and did you see that, Ubel? Just a second ago, it's exactly what I was talking about game one. Zomba actually backed off and just let Jakal recover. So, again, that conditioning started to pay off, and Jakal, a master of the mind, is starting to exploit his opponents, and he's going to use that lingering nair to catch the opponent out in the air, taking Zomba's first stock of the match.
And it answers right back for Zomba, catching Jakal waiting a little bit too long at the ledge, getting the large hitbox of nair to poke through. And these two are just, they're at each other's throats in the most passive way possible. It's it's something to watch, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And again, you can't punish that down tilt, so might as well stay in shield. And then again, you'll get pushed away far enough to keep avoiding it. So you gotta do something afterwards. I don't admonish Jakal to get there either, but man, Zomba kind of just holding forward there with those down tilts.
Holding forward, sometimes you have to do, as the percents do even up ever so slightly here. Both. I really like how Zomba's really trying to match Jakal's energy with some of these setups, but the down tilt chains across the stage will not result in the stock, but will result. That was an incredible call out. Zomba just right off of the ledge, right off of this platform, exploding with that side B. Super clean.
See, we were talking about how often Jakal was recovering high from ledge. We weren't talking about what they were doing afterwards, and that jump from ledge did not go unpunished or unnoticed there by Zomba. And that side B, really good catch of the higher. We're starting to see Zomba with a hell of a lead here, and is looking to take the stock before they even lose their next one.
Zomba snowballed just so unbelievably well. I mean, Rob is a character that can snowball super well, but the way Zomba plays advantage has always been exploit the player first and foremost, and he does it on the best of the best, and he will continue to do it as long as he plays the game. But Jakal looking for his opening on ledge here, trying to scout out the jump, but gets caught by Rob's nair first. Zomba playing such an undershoot-based game as soon as they got the lead, and it's working out in spades.
Yeah, and something else I'm noticing too from Zomba, their spacing on all these landing aerials that they're using is darn near perfect literally every time. Those forward airs are just at the end of the hitbox. Those nairs are perfectly spaced so that they can drift away even if it whiffs. And frankly, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Zomba just is a little bit too far in Jakal's head, and the lead is too far out of Jakal's control at this point, but that up B going to give them a little bit of room to get back on. If they get a good ledge trap here, they could be taking the stock, but no, they're going to run right into a gyro, catching the high jump again with another gyro throw. Carry on shield to get rid of it. Now Jakal still with that rage, trying to take this next stock before Zomba can even claim victory.
Oh, but that tomahawk grab should do it, and so it does. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, well, when there's a Jakal on screen, there is always a chance. That down tilt's going to be making it a little bit harder, though, plus that gyro. Perfect timing on the get-up attack to avoid everything. The grab release, both these characters clashing with that. And then again, here's a combo going on, 35% and climbing. Gonna be missing that 4 there off of the tech roll in from Zomba. Well scouted, and Zomba's going to keep himself alive for a little bit longer.
That shield is getting extremely low as Jakal playing in the corner very well, but can't seem to get anything going out of it. They had their one combo, they had their ultimate 35%, but they weren't able to extend it into anything further. Jakal playing, or excuse me, Zomba playing with Jakal's rage just as effectively, knowing that they would pop out a little bit farther with some of these strings, allowing for some better means of escape. As Zomba takes the second game, both players take a rather deep breath as we head into game 3. But on Pokemon Stadium, I've never seen these two play on another stage, ever.
Yeah, I was just about to call attention to that, but I do want to call attention to the fact that Jakal was at like such a high percent for such a long period of time. They were at least over 100 for about a minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes, and they were able to live, and not only live, but also deal damage to Zomba in the process, even being so good as to whittle them down to their last stock, which didn't even look possible a couple minutes ago. So, frankly, I think Jakal just doesn't want to lose either. So, well, again, neither one of these guys do. That's how these matches usually go. Yeah. I'm going to be real with you, Ubo. This is a classic in the making.
I mean, every single time these two play, it feels like just layers of both history and game knowledge come together into what is a amazing, amazing set. It's just a matter of who takes it at the end of the day for each one being so well played. Zomba has had the edge as of lately when these two have last played, and he has the edge in this game, taking the first stock. Yet you would be a fool. You're always a fool to count out Jakal in these moments as he looks for further extension. Always about the option coverage is this Wolf.
Every single time the first stock was taken in this set so far, the next one was taken without the opponent taking any damage. So every single time there is a second stock going on, both players start at 0. Jakal's looking to continue that streak right now, but no, they're going to be taking the first bit of damage in the second stock. And now Zomba just trying to bait him towards center stage, trying to get anything going on. Jakal's going to clear him with a dash attack, put him in the corner, catch him going the other way. And now that shield's looking like a Skittle, now they need to back off a little bit more here, Ubel.
Oh, playing with this gyro, but man, Zomba has been doing so well by playing to the stage and playing to the blast zones so effectively, using some of these ambiguous cross-ups to always find their way inside of Jakal's defensive perimeter, allowing them to take more and more hits and more punishment. But you can only take so much as we reach 26, and this 49%, oh, that could have been stock, but it isn't, as Jakal stays very much in this game. All it takes is one premier starter as Jakal is looking for these falling pairs, and there it is.
Yeah, see, you were talking earlier about how much Zomba snowballs sometimes, but honestly, Jakal just keeps preventing him from getting any breakaway leads. Whenever he gets a lead, Jakal is very unwilling to take any damage for free, and is always doing something. Whenever they take a bit of damage when Zomba has a lead, they take it back in earnest and are even able to put themselves in a better position here, as now they have the lead, and now Zomba has the ball in their court to make a decision here.
Yeah, to be or not to be, to push forward and to make the most out of this, or to let Jakal continue to mix up their shield as the landing was caught, get grabbed so many times, and Zomba looked to land aggressively, and Wolf's insane F-tilt combined with a pivot cancel of their own does come in clutch, as now Jakal gets a chance to extend this lead as far as possible, as they're doing in earnest. Yeah,
nearly lapping Zomba in percentages right here, catching them out of the air with that F-tilt. and is going to keep him in the corner as well. They have finally completed the lap. The up air will not kill just yet. Jakal knows that move kills. Not a lot of other wolves use it that often for that purpose, but well-timed air dodge is going to clear the way for them again. What does Zomba need to do here, Ubel?
Well, that's certainly.
Oh, hey, he did it.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Gift horse in the mouth. Excuse me. And Zomba, you're saying there's a chance. I hate to keep saying
Rob,
it.
there always is. You can get a 0-down combo out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I hate to keep saying it, but it feels like every one of these sets, every one of these players can just explode in such a glorious fashion that percent differential can sometimes not matter in the end, assuming that Jakal's able to find a starter, but that SD is looking incredibly rough right now as 86 to 156. The down smash catching the landing, past the Wolf Flash the Legend, does so successfully. Jakal's kind of tunneling on these grabs, trying to get something started, but doesn't cross up with the back air. Will this do it? The air dodge is scouted, but not finding the follow-up as this game gets extremely even. Oh, that shield is getting mighty low. You can't take another one of those back airs as Wolf back air. Zomba stood up before Jakal did, acknowledging the fact that his stock was gone before the game even ended. Wow. I mean, shoutouts to Jakal for ensuring that the stock was going to be gone before falling away one side or the other, but Zomba really looked like as soon as they got up, they were kicking themselves in the foot a little bit, getting a little bit frustrated at the end of that set. But what a set it was.
Yeah, I'm back now. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, dude. That was insane to watch right to the very end, dude. I can't believe it. I don't know what to say. I just, it's Jakal Zomba. It's like the Super Bowl.
I know what we can say. We can say we're going to see more of tri-state action like that and further beyond as we get closer and closer to Collision 2022. It's about like 2 weeks away. Less than.
Yeah.